Volkswagen's gotten a bad rap lately in the media thanks to the emissions scandal, but they've come out fighting with cars like the one behind me, the 2016 Golf TSI SE. It's got the latest in safety innovations. So, will I be impressed? Let's find out. Well, I think it's definitely a winner in the looks department. It looks like the Golfs of old. Definitely a classic styling. There's no mistaking that it's a Volkswagen Golf from any angle, and I think the alloy wheels make it pop as well. It's a styling icon with just as much presence today as it had 30 years ago. Nice. The interior is also classic modern Volkswagen with a few new tweaks. I do miss the mattress interior as seen in the early 80s, but this one with the synthetic leather is quite nice, and the seats are also very comfortable and supportive. The armrest also doubles as storage. You also get a charger too. Moving forward, 2 cup holders and a real handbrake. You get an additional charger here. Here's the transmission stalk here. Push button start. You also get a sport mode where you can shift it here, or you can shift it with paddle shifters up here on the steering wheel. These buttons here are for your parking sensors and parking assist too. You can actually hide away this storage container here, open it up, and you've got a place to hook up your USB or your smarter iPhone also. Ventilation controls are all straightforward, easy to use, and you get heated seats as well. Volkswagen's definitely paid attention to detail here. You can see the white stitching which carries over here to the door. These chrome accents here. Nice soft touch materials up on the dash. And that design kind of carries over here through the infotainment screen, which is actually a little different now. You can go ahead and slide through your presets. It used to be kind of a circular motion, and they've changed that. These buttons on the outside help you jump quickly to where you want to go, so it's very intuitive. And in terms of style, I think it looks great too. This is kind of an Audi flat bottom steering wheel. Of course, it's got a large Volkswagen emblem on the center. Here are the controls for the adaptive cruise control. You can keep the car in front of you further or closer by setting that button right there. These controls here let you scroll through the menus. You get a large tachometer here, plus a temperature gauge. And over here, your speedometer and your fuel gauge too. On the left, you have lighting controls and lighting controls for the dash too. Being a guitar player, it's nice to see that they have Fender speakers here. This little glass is here, so you don't have a blind spot there. That's nice. And speaking of blind spots, there you can see at the end of the side view mirror, that light will light up if there's something in your blind spot. That's a great safety feature. Over on the door, you have controls for your windows and power locks. Down here, power window controls, and more storage and a cup holder down here. Overall, it's a good-looking interior that also has a nice balance of tech and luxury too. My test car is equipped with a nice sunroof out and back. You get your own vents here for comfort, and seating for up to 3 across. You also get an armrest and 2 cup holders if you pull that down. Pop the trunk, and you can see that it's quite spacious thanks to the hatchback design. You also get a cover here and a pass-through for skis too. And of course you can fold the rear seats down for even more room. Powering the Golf TSI SE is a 1.8-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that produces 170 horsepower and 199 pound-feet of torque. It's mated to an automatic transmission. You can expect a 0 to 60 time of 6.8 seconds onto a top speed of 123 miles per hour. Fuel economy is rated at 25 miles per gallon in the city, 36 miles per gallon on the highway. You can expect 29 miles per gallon overall. Pricing for the 2016 Volkswagen Golf TSI SE starts out at $25,225. Now that includes a VW CarNet, which is sort of like Volkswagen's version of GM's OnStar. It has Auto Connect, which connects your smartphone and also integrates with the interface. It has security and service, emergency assistance, remote access, and vehicle health, limited emergency services, which are temporarily activated on delivery. You have to have a subscription for it, but you do get a full trial. Also included are the Tornado Red exterior, black leatherette interior, and the 6-speed automatic transmission. Options include the $1,495 driver's assistance package. It has adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning, and autonomous emergency braking. Also has front assist, blind spot monitoring, and rear traffic alert, as well as lane departure warning, lane assist, and park distance control, which is park pilot with park steering assist. And you also have the $995 lighting package as well. So with all that in destination, you're out the dealer door at $28,535. But this level of Volkswagen here, the TSI SE, does come very loaded. You got heated seats, you also have Sirius XM radio, and various safety features like the adaptive cruise control, which I'm using right now, and it's just so convenient. Actually keeps you a safe distance from the cars in front of you, and it'll stop if they stop, and it's really a great safety feature. It also has lane control and sensors all around to check for objects getting in your way, and it's really got all of the latest safety features. So $28,500 seems pretty fair for a car that's that loaded. And in terms of competition, well, you can get hatchbacks from Mazda, of course, with the Mazda 3. You can look for my reviews of that one elsewhere. And of course, every major manufacturer from Kia and Hyundai, Ford and Honda, they all make hatchbacks. But Volkswagen is legendary for their Golf-based hatchbacks, and this one carries on that tradition. It's a classic shape. It's as recognizable as the Volkswagen Beetle or the Porsche 911, which of course I've reviewed as well. You can look for my reviews of those, but this car is an icon, and in its most latest guise, it's got all of the most advanced safety technology built in, so it's really a very capable hatchback, and it's also very fun to drive. Volkswagen knows a thing or two about making these hot hatches perform, and they have a way of breaking the inside rear wheel when you're cornering, so you get a little bit of oversteer going, and it just really feels like a driver's car. That's why this Volkswagen Golf is famous and such a great seller worldwide. Now this Volkswagen Golf is coming alive. Shift it yourself, and actually lets itself go a little bit into the red line there, and you've got them braking the inside wheel for you. You get a little bit of oversteer. You can feel the back end coming around, and man, it is just really nice. Beautiful. A German hot hatch, even in just a kind of a normal Golf. Goes right where you want it to go, handles superbly, and it's got a lot of power too. Really a joy to drive. Now let's get to the controversy, because Volkswagen has really been in trouble lately in the media, and they've spent a lot of money with the penalties that they're getting because of this diesel mess that they've got themselves into. Well, how did it happen? Basically, you've got Ferdinand Pike, the CEO of Volkswagen, at the top of the chain, and what happens is they were having a problem with the emissions. So he pulls the whole team into his office and says, well, fix it in 6 weeks or you're fired. And so what happens? The whole team, they don't want to get fired in 6 weeks, so they say, all right, well, we'll maybe invent some computer trickery to get us around this issue. And then it doesn't really get fixed, and they kind of trick the emission system, and then there you go. They keep their jobs for at least a year. So that's the problem with big corporate communication and pressures of corporations to make business these days. And just like many other major manufacturers lately, Volkswagen is the latest one. But I think in the long term, they do make a great car. So I think it's cars like this Golf here that are going to pull them out of the trouble. Hey, you've got a great car here. Even the diesels they've been producing for the last years, I've tested many of those. Look for my reviews on YouTube. But they do get great fuel economy, and they also are very fun to drive and very quick too. Basically, everything you want from your German hatchback. And that everything you want is, of course, seating for up to 5, seats that fold down in the back, great luxury features, great tech features, the ability to integrate your smartphone and your tunes. And Volkswagen does have it all, and it's a very comfortable car. Seats contour to your body. I like the fact that they're not using real leather. It's leatherette. It feels like leather, but no animals were harmed during the process, so that's a good thing too. It's a very forward-looking car nowadays, and really it's just a very comfortable car to drive, and ergonomically it's laid out very well too. Speaking of ergonomically, with my Drivin technology integration score, I think this Volkswagen does things very well. You still have some pictures and symbols, which the Germans do, so they can go ahead and sell their cars internationally and not have to put something in English or something in German on them to label them. But most controls here fall easily to hand. It was very easy for me to get in and program my favorite presets on Sirius XM radio, and really easy to operate the adaptive cruise control. It takes a second to figure out what's going on there, but it's still very easy. All the controls for the heated seats and the ventilation, very easy to get to. And so I'll definitely give it a strong score overall, 8 for my Drivin technology integration score. And checking out the night look, and it's actually nice. Colors are good. The red needles show you what's going on in terms of your speed and RPMs, and it's a good choice of colors all the way around. I like it. Just checking out some of the safety features here. As you can see, I'm drifting over to the left a little bit, and it's actually steering me back into the lane. Now, of course, I don't recommend doing this, but I am in a safe and controlled environment, and I do have a hand covering the steering wheel. But the adaptive cruise control and the steering assist and all the sensors on this car really make for a very safe driving environment. And Volkswagen's done a really good job of integrating this technology and making it work here in the Golf without losing any of the personality traits that make this Golf so great. The only negative things I'll say about the Golf are related to the fact that it has only 5% US parts, 37% are Mexican, and the transmission is made in Japan while the engine is made in Mexico too. Also, some of the controls don't feel extremely top-notch. They feel a bit cheap, but it still is a very well laid out interior, and it feels altogether much better than Golfs of the past. Also, they've really streamlined the whole layout of the car, and they've made it quite easy to use. Push button start is still a little quirky, kind of down on the console there. So in the end here, with the Volkswagen Golf TSI SE, you still have everything that you want from your Golf. It's got that instantly recognizable and actually very attractive and sporty looking styling. It's got all the utility that you'd expect in a hatchback, seating for 5, fold down seats, 4 doors, and on top of that, it's also got technology integrated very well, and the latest in top-notch safety as well too. So still a Volkswagen Golf, just like the ones I remember fondly from the 80s, and still very comfortable, and also very importantly, still very fun to drive when the roads get curvy and you can shift it yourself, either on the paddles or down by the gear knob. And it's a Golf through and through, and to me, that's an excellent thing. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to me on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I'm Drivin Ivan.